The worlds are full of history and secrets that scientist and expert couldn't explain. Some says they are fake, they are not legit, but how can you explain that all? If they're in evidence. Here are the 5 weird and mysterious facts that expert couldn't explain. Let's get started. Number 1. Cleopatra's tomb. Cleopatra VII was the last of a series of rulers called the Ptolemies who ruled Egypt between 305 and 30 BC. Much is known about her intelligence, beauty and romantic relationships. She had children with both Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, but one fact about Cleopatra is still shrouded in mystery: her burial place. Cleopatra and Antony both committed suicide after their former ally, Octavian, defeated them at the Battle of Actium in 31 BC. The two were buried together at a site that the writer Plutarch, AD 45–120, described as a lofty and beautiful monument, located near a temple of the Egyptian goddess Isis. But exactly where this tomb is located remains a mystery. If anyone ever finds the lover's tomb, there's a chance it might be empty, as grave robbery was not uncommon in ancient times, according to archaeologists. Number 2. 2,200 years old Celtic woman found inside the tree. Year 2017, a woman were found in the city of Zurich, Switzerland inside of the tree. It is believed that the woman who died 2,200 years ago commanded great respect in her tribe as she buried in fine clothes and jewelry. Scientists say the woman was a Celtic. The Iron Age Celt are known to have buried members of their tribe in the coffins buried deep underground. The coffin was made of hallowed tree trunk. Number 3. 4,000 years old boy and girl found in Kazakhstan. In Asya, Kazakhstan, there's 2 bodies were found, a boy and a girl buried face to face. It might be in romantic connection, they might be a couple. The bodies of man and a woman who died was 4,000 years ago. The man and woman were buried with variety of grave foods like jewelry, which is gold, knives, ceramics, and beads. Some media claimed that the archaeologists also found the burial of Priestess Nerbi, but the archaeologist made no mention on their statement. Until now it's not clear what killed the man and woman and their exact relationship to each other if they were romantically involved. Number 4. Gemstone falling out from the sky. May 2018, when volcano began erupting on the island of Hawaii. Hawaii Kilauea volcano has been fiercely erupting with little green gems from the sky. Absolutely, if I were there while gems falling out from the sky, I will catch it to gather some gems and sell it. But that's not the case according to the scientist. The green gems are olivine crystal, a mineral found in Hawaii's lava. That mineral called peridot. As the volcano erupts, it blasts apart molten lava, allowing for green olivine minerals to be separated from the rest of the melt and fall as tiny gemstone. Number 5. Alien footstep found in Peru. The lines drawn in geometric patterns and distinct animal shapes across the Peruvian desert have inspired many theories over the years. Here's what we know, and what remains to be seen. As a plane soars over the high desert of southern Peru, the dull pale sameness of the rocks and sand organize and change form. Distinct white lines gradually evolve from tan and rust red. Strips of white crisscross a desert so dry that it rains less than an inch every year. The landscape changes as lines take shape to form simple geometric designs: trapezoids, straight lines, rectangles, triangles, and swirls. Some of the swirls and zigzags start to form more distinct shapes: a hummingbird, a spider, a monkey. These are the renowned Nazca lines, subject of mystery for over 80 years. How were they formed? What purpose could they have served? Were aliens involved? Peruvian archaeologist Toribio Mejia Zesp was the first to systematically study the lines in 1926. However, since the lines are virtually impossible to identify from ground level, they were only first brought to public awareness with the advent of flight by pilots flying commercial planes over Peru in the 1930s. American professor Paul Kasak investigated and found himself at the foot of a line on June 22, 1941, just one day after the winter solstice. The lines are known as geoglyphs, drawings on the ground made by removing rocks and earth to create a negative image. The rocks which cover the desert have oxidized and weathered to a deep rust color, and when the top 12 to 15 inches of rock is removed, a light-colored, high-contrasting sand is exposed. Because there's so little rain, wind and erosion, the exposed designs have stayed largely intact for 500 to 2,000 years. Scientists believe that the majority of lines were made by the Nazca people, who flourished from around AD 1 to 700. Generally, there's a lot of more interesting and shocking revelation about this weird topics that there is no scientific explanation. That the only things that we can rely to make a conclusion is the facts that we gather and see. But even how we far explain this facts it's depend upon on you on how you convince and make believe yourself with this information. If you like our video, please like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.